Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 23rd of April. So no news expected out today in terms of the fundamentals, so we've got a quiet day ahead. In that respect, we've probably got a bit of overhang from the holidays and we've got low volatility as it is, so I'm not expecting great big moves today, but I am expecting some sort of movement. But on days like this, we really want to be fading the highs or the lows and probably trading a bit of range bound trading, although my bias on the euro is still to the downside. So the highs have been faded. Let's look and see if it gets back down towards these lows in the bigger picture. Now, from a 4-hourly picture, there we go. We've got a potential break point. If it breaks this low here, if you're not short on the euro and you're thinking about shorting the euro, it may be a bit of a confirmation, but be a little bit aware, because it may just be coming back into this prior low and be bought. So there are areas we've not touched the weekly pivot at the moment. The weekly pivot's above untouched. It's air kissed. It may be as far as it can manage. Did that yesterday. Actually a bigger day yesterday than on Friday, really. So we'll see. At the moment, bit of divergence here. Has got the potential. Looking at the opposite side of this, if we were looking to trade up towards that weekly pivot, it's not got very many pips at all. We're sitting here at 48, so the pivot's at 63, so if it pushes through that to 68, there's 20 pips there potentially. It is possible for sure, but it may be slow. As I say, it may be worthwhile being patient if you're trying to get into a short position on that bigger picture. Or wait until it gets into some sort of resistance here and set, as I say, fade the previous highs. Maybe if it just pitches through into that pivot or the R1 would be a better point to fade it. Okay, the pound may need some patience for it to get up there, of course. Pound is slowly continuing, as I said last week, it looks bearish. Well, it looks bearish, and it's continued to run in that way. Very small days. You see these tiny little candles we've had of late. Obviously waiting for something to happen from Brexit, but it's probably not going to be happening anytime soon. What's it got? Well, I've still got the weekly pivot potentially to target towards this upside here, and if we do see the markets moving well, that's where they may run off to this morning. In terms of looking for prior highs and prior lows where people may fade this market, well, there's plenty of areas where it may just get a little bit stifled. There's plenty of areas where it just literally plateaued. If you were looking on the short side here, well, it's a difficult one. Maybe if it actually breaks the lows altogether, maybe potential on cable. But my picture at the moment really is to the downside on it. Likewise on the yen, I'm really looking at the upside, but it's untradable when it's like this in the intraday basis. It's got very little in the way of price action. It's just been chopping along. At some point, yep, it's going to absolutely move. I mean, we did have this big move at 1 o'clock in the morning, but needless to say, it's just as likely to get back in one of these sort of range-bound days. Okay, Aussie dollar. Oops. So click on here and get into the Aussie dollar and have a look what's going on. So Aussie dollar, well, it's a bit of a selling bit going on here, and more swing side of things. I do wonder if we will see more to the downside. We've got data out this week on the Aussie dollar, which we've got inflation tomorrow morning, UK time, which might just give it a bit more of a kick over there. It depends on when that inflation data comes out. I mean, there's softening there. We've got later on in the week. Oh, that's Canada, I'm thinking then. But okay, so looking soft at the moment. It's again, it just got sold into its prior highs there, and that 200 looking soft. Maybe it's got the chances of running back towards this 70.59 area. but we'll see. Let's come back out to the dailies here. The 4 hourlies here. Untouched weekly pivots. Only good news would be we'd be looking at targeting up towards that, I guess. If you're awake when the news comes out, that is. But at the moment, lower highs, lower lows, it's already done pretty much everything I would imagine for today. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see another day like this that we saw yesterday. So consolidation. And the Canadian dollar. You see how tight a range it is. It really is a case of selling into the highs and buying into the lows on this one. But where to at the moment? Well, it's probably got a bit more swing side movement in it on this 4 hourly chart, and it may be selling into these highs. If it gets back up, there's a possibility. Beware though, we have monetary policy out later in the week on Wednesday, and it'll be interesting to see if they're becoming any more dovish on that. So quite important if they take a more dovish approach to this market. If they are, that could fly through the upside there. If they don't, well, we may see it push back down towards the low side, but certainly range bound trading for that one. Okay, that's pretty much it, and there's a few pips in that, so I mean it is a case of holding it for a few days, two or 3 days, if you were to be trading those ranges. But I'd wait for that news to come out now, which is due out on Wednesday. That is pretty much it. There's absolutely no, as I say, no news today. I expect it to be quieter on the basis of there's still a hangover from the holidays anyway. The volatility is low, so take care, trade carefully, and I'll speak to you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.